So I'm back down at the local indoor nets, and today I'm facing my nemesis, the short-pitched delivery. Now before I take on the short delivery, I'm going to get my eye in by facing some fairly well pitched up deliveries at around 60 miles an hour, or that's 96 kilometers an hour. This is faster than my normal delivery that I've been facing so far, but I want to up that average pace to about 65 miles an hour, something around 100 kilometers an hour. So my problem with the short pitch delivery, and why it is my nemesis, is because I have always run away to square leg with the short pitch delivery. And so my focus for this session is going to be to try to stay in line, possibly even to get inside the line of that short pitch delivery and then have control over it. Now you can see initially it didn't go well, but with a few balls I did start to get in line and stay in line and be able to manage the short ball quite successfully. The issue at the moment was that I had knocked the speed back of the machine back to 55 miles an hour. So effectively this is like receiving short pitch deliveries from a spin bowler. So the only solution is to knock the speed of the machine up to 57 miles an hour, and immediately that speed differential has an impact. You can see I'm a little bit uncomfortable, but still actually staying in line. So the first few deliveries were a little bit of a handful to negotiate, but once I got my eye in again, it did start to get easier. Even though I'm actually trying to focus here on staying in line, my control of the square cut started working as well. So I was able to pick up the ball, whether it was outside off stump and put it through the offside, or actually turn it onto the leg side and over square. Sometimes overstepping or overbalancing, but generally trying to stay inside the line of that ball and take it over square leg. Having taken care of the 57 mile an hour ball, there was only one thing to do: knock the machine up to 59. Now 59 was a little bit of a different story, but I was really just focusing on staying in position. I wore quite a couple of these and I walked away from the net session with a few bruises, but I did stay in line, which was the thing that I was really trying to achieve. I know that technique-wise, I'm rolling my hands over, there's a lot of bottom hand coming through and the bat is actually twisting over. That's why I'm getting a lot of top edges. But I was really focusing on staying in line and not running to square leg, and that's what I did. So there's just time for one last test: 60 miles an hour short pitch delivery. Making sure I stay in line as best I possibly can. And whilst it took a few balls to get used to the speed again, I did manage to get inside and start handling the short pitch deliveries at 60 miles an hour. And this I was really pleased with. Again, technique may not be everything, but I was pleased with hitting my objective. So having taken on the short ball and having countered my fears of that short pitch delivery, having focused on staying in line, I returned to the pitched up delivery, but put the machine up to 65 miles an hour, wanting to really focus on that faster delivery above 100 kilometers. And having spent a lot of the session so far focusing on staying in place, I found that the 65 mile an hour delivery was something that I could take on quite confidently outside off stump, and even when it was pitched on leg stump, being able to glance it off the pads. So overall, really pleased with the session and what I got out of it, and looking forward to the next one and building on my confidence even more.